Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm super pro with my cable here. I'm trying to tuck that in. There we go.
we are out here outside of NAB getting things set up for the show. I'm here with Photo Joseph.
And I'm here with Aaron.
We should be live on both of our Instagrams.
With any luck, now I can't see my screen. It's gone dark. Let's see. Does it look live? It does look live. Excellent.
Let me know. Just double check that you can see and hear me okay.
Yeah, we're live streaming with a cellular connection on a Magewell box.
Magewell Pro Convert.
With a couple little cameras here, and just to show you very quickly what we're doing here at NAB 2024. Once you've confirmed that we're all good and happy, I'll start to explain the setup.
Yeah, we got a live on YouTube.
We got a live comment. On YouTube. People seem to be
and comments. All good on Instagram. Okay. Look at that, amazing.
All right, so just like last year at NAB 2023, Aaron and I were running a news show. It's like Atomos News of NAB, or we called it NAB News, but then we realized we probably shouldn't have done that.
So now it's Atomos News at NAB.
Atomos News at NAB. And what we're basically doing is shooting with a professional rig here, and I'll talk through this in a moment, shooting news segments on the show floor that are then being edited remotely and published to our social media channels, tagging all of the appropriate companies along the way. And this is a sponsored project, sponsored by Atomos. We're using the whole Atomos Climber in a Cloud system, and that's essentially what we're doing. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the kind of big picture before we dive into the gear itself?
Yeah. So we'll be going around to the booths looking for things that are interesting to each of us, and we have slightly different focuses on our channels, so you'll see some different stuff from both of our channels. If you have any suggestions or requests, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments, let us know what you want to see here. But basically, we're just going to be sprinting around the halls, doing quick little couple-minute interviews, posting them on Instagram and YouTube, ideally the same day, if not the next day. So.
Yeah, I think we will definitely be getting stuff out same day. Some of the end-of-day stuff might not go till next day, or maybe we'll just publish it later in the evening. Not really sure. But all that's going to go to Instagram as Instagram Reels. There we have a 90-second limit. YouTube still is strict, is cutting us at 60 seconds, so
which is short.
Too tight for these. So Instagram Reels is definitely the place to be. So I'm Photo Joseph on Instagram.
I'm AaronPK_TV. You can find me on Instagram there.
So make sure you're following each other because we're live streaming out of both channels.
Yeah.
Let me just talk through the rig real quick.
Yeah.
So this is the Lumix S5 Mark II X. This is last year we had just the Mark II. This is the X. Honestly, there's not really any difference for what we're doing here that we need this for, but got the newer camera, may as well. You can see that it's mounted vertically on this rig, and it's all in a beautiful Condor blue cage in here. The vertical mount is obviously giving us a vertical shot for the eventual Instagram vertical piece. However, what we're actually doing is shooting open gate, 6K open gate internally, which is a 3:2 ratio, exporting that or outputting that into the Shogun here, the Atomos Shogun, and the Shogun is taking that as a 1080 by 1920 signal. That is actually going to be letterboxed a little bit because it's a 3:2 aspect ratio, not 16:9. So we do have a little bit on the top that we have to crop into in post in the edit for Instagram. So it crops up 19% to go full screen, which, it'd be nice if we didn't have to, but it's just a little bit of a scale. It's going to look totally fine on the phone. The reason we're doing that is because we will then have the 6K open gate. Even though it's vertical, it's still wider than 4K to do a re-edit later onto YouTube. So that'll give us full width 4K publishing later, but full height HD for publishing now. The system for audio, we've got a XLR1 on here that is connected to the Sennheiser AVX system. We got a handheld mic for that. We got a secondary mic that is the RØDE little Go on here, which is going into the camera directly. One of the beauties of the S5 II X is you have 4-channel audio, so we're going to have lavalier on one and the handheld mic on the other. On the other side here, we've got our V-mount battery powering it all on the brand new Condor Blue V-mount. This is just announced a couple days ago, so this is super awesome. One of the few in existence right here. So that's a beautiful Condor Blue V-mount. And all of this footage that goes from the Atomos Shogun goes up to Frame.io, and Frame.io, Adobe are actually sponsoring this as well. They're co-sponsors on this, along with Condor Blue and Atomos. And so the footage goes up to Frame.io, our remote editor in Ohio, if I believe we're live right now. In Ohio, if I'm getting that right, is going to grab that footage, edit it, and push it back to us. So that is essentially the story of how we're doing it. Oh, and one last piece, a new monopod this year. We're actually using YC Onion's monopod, which has a really slick way to very quickly raise and lower, just one release to go up and one release to go down. So we really like that new monopod here. And that's basically the story. That's the rig. I don't know which camera's on right now, but
yeah, now we're back on back on that one. No, that's great. Yeah, we'll do more deep dives on this too later after the show.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a follow-up video explaining everything and talk about how it went and all that, for sure.
Just quick note, I saw some comments about the audio sync. So for this camera, this should be in sync. This is main Sony camera wired in with our lav mics, but the handheld camera I was doing a second ago was my phone wirelessly to that little box, so that's why it was out of sync. But
see if I have any comments that I want to look at on my Instagram. Doesn't look like it. I'm assuming it's actually still live, but there we go. Okay, cool,
great. Yeah, hopefully see some of you here at the show as well. Feel free to stop by and say hi.
Yeah, and if you do see anything that you see online, if you're not here at the show, you see something online that you want to see covered, let us know via Twitter. It's probably the best way. Just drop a message on Twitter or in one of the Instagram comments, but Twitter's pretty good too. And then we'll know, oh, hey, there's something cool at such and such company that we want to check out that we haven't already covered.
Yep.
Yeah, can definitely help. All right. All right, if that's it, that's it. I've got a presentation in half an hour.
And I've got an appointment at a booth, so we will wrap this up and see you all on the internet.
Yep. See you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Bye.